Have you ever caught your reflection in a store window and wondered, would I still feel beautiful without a single touch of makeup? For most of my adult life, makeup was my safety net. Foundation to even out my skin, blush to bring life back to my cheeks, lipstick to keep me from feeling washed out. It wasn't vanity, it was habit, a deeply ingrained part of how I presented myself to the world. But somewhere along the way, I began to question it. Was I wearing makeup because I loved it, or because I was afraid of how I'd look without it? That little voice in my head kept whispering, what if you stepped outside without your armor? What if you let the world see the real you? That's when I decided to try something that, to many women over 55, might sound unthinkable. For 1 month, I put away every lipstick, every powder, every palette. Not because I'd given up on beauty, but because I wanted to explore it in a completely different way. I wanted to see if I could still feel radiant, confident, and yes, stylish, without a single swipe of mascara. But here's the twist. I didn't spend that month letting myself go. Quite the opposite. I styled myself like a queen. I focused on my hair, my outfits, my accessories, and even my posture. I discovered tricks and habits that made me feel more polished than I had in years, without a drop of makeup. And what happened next surprised me. Strangers complimented me more than ever. Friends told me I looked refreshed and glowing. I felt lighter, freer, like I was finally wearing myself instead of a mask. As we go through this journey together in today's video, I'm going to share exactly what worked, how I maintained that sense of elegance and presence that makeup once gave me. You'll learn the hair changes that instantly lift your look, the wardrobe choices that make your skin tone pop, the accessories that draw attention to your best features, and the subtle daily habits that make you look effortlessly put together. Because here's the truth. Beauty doesn't fade with age, it evolves. And when you embrace it fully, without hiding behind layers, you might just find a version of yourself you love even more. Now, let's begin with the very first thing that allowed me to step out into the world makeup-free and still feel unstoppable. When you stop wearing makeup, your hair takes on a whole new role. It becomes the frame for your face, the first thing people notice, and your most powerful style statement. I quickly learned that on makeup-free days, my hair wasn't just an accessory. It was the crown that carried my entire look. The right hairstyle can instantly lift your features, brighten your complexion, and even make your eyes look more vibrant. For me, that meant moving away from flat, lifeless styles and embracing shape, volume, and movement. Layers became my best friend. They added softness around my face, creating a gentle frame that drew attention upward instead of inward. And a side part? It opened up my features and gave my look an effortless elegance. Color also played a huge part in my confidence. If your hair is silver or gray, enhancing it with a brightening gloss can make it shine like jewelry. For those with colored hair, choosing tones that complement your skin, especially warmer or richer shades, can give you a healthy, youthful glow that makeup used to provide. It's amazing how a subtle tweak in hair color can replace the need for blush or bronzer. But hair confidence isn't just about the cut or color, it's about how you care for it daily. I invested in a smoothing serum to fight frizz, a volumizing spray at the roots, and a round brush to create that fresh blowout lift. Even on casual days, I made sure my hair looked intentional, not like an afterthought. And let me tell you, people notice the difference between unstyled and styled without effort. Most importantly, my hair became a reflection of how I wanted to feel, polished, approachable, and radiant. Whether I wore it in a sleek bob, a soft wave, or a chic updo, my hair became the feature that replaced my eyeliner, lipstick, and highlighter. As I embraced this, I realized something powerful. When your hair is working for you, you already look halfway dressed. It's the invisible accessory that makes you feel put together, even in the simplest outfit. And speaking of outfits, there's a reason I call clothing the new makeup. In the next part, I'll share how the right wardrobe choices can give you that same confidence boost without a single cosmetic product in sight. Once I put my makeup bag away, I realized my wardrobe had to step up and do some of the work that cosmetics once did. Clothes became more than just something to wear. They became my new way of highlighting my best features, bringing warmth to my skin, and creating that finished look I once relied on makeup for. The first shift I made was paying attention to color. Just like the perfect lipstick can brighten your face, the right clothing shade can do wonders for your complexion. For me, jewel tones like sapphire blue and emerald green made my skin look more vibrant, while soft blush pinks and creamy ivories gave me that fresh, glowing effect. On days when I wanted a more powerful presence, I leaned into deep navy or rich burgundy, colors that felt strong yet refined. Next came fit and silhouette. Without makeup drawing attention to my eyes or lips, I used my clothing to create shape and presence. A well-tailored blazer, for example, can frame your face beautifully and give your posture an instant boost. High-quality fabrics like silk, linen, and fine wool drape in a way that feels luxurious against the skin and reads as put together from across the room. I also learned the power of a statement piece. This could be a patterned scarf, a bold necklace, or a textured jacket, something that draws the eye upward toward your face. These elements act almost like a swipe of red lipstick. They signal style and confidence without saying a word. But here's the key. Every outfit I chose felt intentional. Even on casual days, I swapped out the faded t-shirts for crisp button-downs or soft knits in flattering shades. Comfort didn't mean careless. It meant finding pieces that moved with me but still looked polished. And the more I dressed with purpose, the less I missed my makeup. Clothing has a remarkable way of telling a story before you speak. It can whisper elegance, radiate energy, or quietly say, I know who I am. When you start seeing your wardrobe as part of your beauty routine, every outfit becomes a confidence tool. And while clothing creates the canvas, the next piece of the puzzle is the detail work. Those finishing touches that bring the whole look together. That's where accessories come in, and they just might become your new beauty secret. When you're not wearing makeup, every detail in your outfit has a chance to shine, and accessories become the subtle yet powerful way to add depth and personality to your look. They're the sparkle in place of eyeshadow, the highlight in place of blush, the definition in place of eyeliner. I began to think of accessories not as extras, but as my new beauty tools. The right pair of earrings, for example, can frame your face beautifully and draw the eye upward, creating the same lifting effect that a sweep of mascara once did. I found that medium-sized earrings, pearls, gold hoops, or delicate gemstone drops added elegance without overwhelming my features. Scarves became another go-to. A silk scarf in rich colors or a bold pattern instantly brightens the area around your face, just like a pop of lipstick would. On cooler days, I'd drape a soft cashmere wrap over my shoulders, letting the texture and color add dimension to my outfit. It's amazing how a simple scarf can transform not just your look, but your mood. And then there's jewelry, bracelets, rings, and necklaces. I discovered that layering delicate gold chains created a sense of sophistication, while a single statement necklace could act as the centerpiece of my ensemble. Even a watch with a beautiful band can add polish and structure to your look, much like a perfect brow line does for your makeup. Handbags and shoes also played a role. A structured handbag in a neutral or jewel tone instantly made even the simplest outfit feel elevated. Shoes, whether sleek flats, low heels, or chic ankle boots, frame the outfit from the ground up, completing the picture. The trick is balance. Just like too much makeup can overwhelm your natural beauty, too many accessories can compete for attention. I chose one or two standout pieces and let them speak for themselves. This way, my look felt intentional, not cluttered. Accessories taught me something powerful. You don't have to put color on your face to create impact. You can wear it around your face. And when you combine that with great hair and the right clothing, you start to see yourself in a whole new light. But as much as style matters, there's one element that can make or break your look without a stitch of makeup, and that's the condition of your skin. Let's talk about how skincare became my foundation, blush, and highlighter all in one. When you go without makeup, your skin steps into the spotlight. Every expression, every smile, every hint of glow, it's all on display. That's why I started treating my skincare routine as my real foundation, blush, and highlighter all rolled into one. The first shift I made was focusing on hydration. Well moisturized skin naturally looks plumper, smoother, and more luminous. In the morning, I began using a gentle cleanser to refresh my skin without stripping it, followed by a hydrating serum packed with hyaluronic acid. I sealed it in with a nourishing moisturizer and, of course, sunscreen, because nothing ages the skin faster than unprotected sun exposure. Evenings became my time for repair. I swapped heavy night creams for nutrient-rich formulas that worked while I slept. Retinol helped boost cell turnover, softening fine lines, while a peptide cream supported firmness. Twice a week, I used a gentle exfoliator to keep my skin smooth and receptive to the products I applied. The result: skin that looked lit from within, no highlighter necessary. I also discovered the power of facial massage. Just a few minutes each day, using either my fingertips or a cooling jade roller, helped reduce puffiness, improve circulation, and give my face a natural lift. It's like an instant pick-me-up that makeup could never fully replicate. And here's something I didn't expect. The better my skin looked, the more confident I felt going completely barefaced. There's a unique kind of freedom in knowing you're not covering anything up, you're simply enhancing what's already there. Friends started asking if I had switched to a lighter makeup look, when in reality, I wasn't wearing any at all. Skincare became more than a beauty routine, it became a form of self-respect. Taking those few extra minutes each day reminded me that my appearance is worth caring for, not to meet anyone else's standards, but to feel vibrant in my own skin. When your skin feels healthy, it gives your whole face an energy that makeup can't fake. And that inner confidence radiates outward in ways that go far beyond appearance. Of course, looking radiant isn't just about the surface, it's also about the way you carry yourself. That's why in the next part, we'll talk about posture, movement, and the subtle body language shifts that can transform your presence without a single cosmetic product. When you're not wearing makeup, something interesting happens. People notice you more. Not just your face, but the way you move, the way you hold yourself, the energy you bring into a room. That's where body language and posture become your secret beauty tools. I've always believed that posture is like a natural facelift. Standing tall elongates your frame, lifts your head, and instantly makes you appear more confident and self-assured. I started making small adjustments, rolling my shoulders back, engaging my core, and imagining a string gently pulling me upward from the crown of my head. It's subtle, but the difference is dramatic. Movement matters too. Instead of rushing from place to place, I practiced walking with intention. Steady steps, relaxed arms, and a slight lift in my chin. It wasn't about being stiff or overly formal. It was about moving in a way that felt poised yet approachable. That kind of presence draws people in without you even realizing it. Facial expressions are another form of invisible makeup. A genuine smile lights up your whole face, making your eyes sparkle and softening any fine lines. I made a conscious effort to relax my forehead and let warmth show in my eyes when I spoke to someone. The absence of makeup actually made my expressions feel more authentic. There was nothing hiding the emotion behind them. Eye contact is powerful too. Looking someone in the eyes, even briefly, creates a connection that no lipstick can match. It says, "I'm here, I see you, and I'm confident enough to be seen." I also began incorporating simple stretching and light exercise into my mornings. Not only did it help my posture, but it energized me from the inside out. When your body feels strong, it naturally carries itself with elegance. Over time, I realized that body language is more than just a physical adjustment, it's an emotional statement. It tells the world how you feel about yourself. And when you carry yourself with quiet confidence, you don't need a single swipe of eyeliner to command attention, but posture and movement are just part of the picture. To keep that elegance consistent every single day, I developed a set of morning habits that combined everything: hair, clothing, skincare, and presence into one seamless routine. And in the next part, I'll share exactly how I built that ritual. By the time I was a few weeks into my no makeup month, I realized something important. Looking polished and confident without cosmetics isn't about one big change. It's about the small, consistent habits that set the tone for your entire day. That's why I created a simple morning routine that became my secret weapon. It always started with skincare. A few mindful minutes of cleansing, moisturizing, and applying sunscreen gave my face an instant freshness. Knowing my skin was healthy set a positive mood for everything else I did. From there, I moved straight into hair. Whether I was wearing it down, in soft waves, or pulled into a chic low bun, I made sure it looked intentional. Even a quick pass with a blow dryer or smoothing brush made a big difference. Next came the outfit. I chose my clothes the way someone might choose a makeup palette, based on mood, color harmony, and the impression I wanted to give. On days when I needed energy, I reached for bold jewel tones. On softer days, creamy neutrals. I always made sure my clothes were clean, pressed, and well fitted. That quiet polish speaks volumes. Accessories were my final, finishing layer. A silk scarf, gold earrings, or a structured handbag instantly elevated my look. I treated accessories like accents in a painting, just enough to make the whole picture come alive. And here's something I found surprisingly powerful: a few moments of posture and presence practice before heading out the door. Shoulders back, chin lifted, a deep breath in. It was like putting on an invisible crown. Even if I was just running errands, that little shift changed how I moved through the world. These daily habits didn't take much time, but they built a rhythm that made me feel effortlessly put together. I didn't have to think about whether I looked ready for the day. I already was. And as a result, I carried myself with a quiet confidence that felt even stronger than when I wore makeup. By the end of the month, I wasn't just comfortable without makeup, I was thriving without it. And that leads me to the biggest takeaway from this experiment, the one shift that changed more than just my appearance. When I began this 1 month challenge of living without makeup, I thought it would be about appearance. I thought I'd be battling self consciousness, learning to make do without foundation or lipstick, and maybe discovering a few clever style tricks along the way. But what I learned went far deeper. This wasn't just a style experiment, it was a mindset shift. I realized that so much of my confidence had been tied to products, to the idea that beauty needed to be applied, painted, or covered up. Stripping all of that away forced me to see myself as I truly am and to recognize the power in that authenticity. In place of makeup, I built new rituals, healthy, confidence boosting habits that made me feel radiant from the inside out. My hair became my crown, styled with intention. My clothes and accessories acted like my new beauty palette, framing my features and reflecting my personality. Skincare replaced foundation, giving me a natural glow that no highlighter could fake. And my posture, body language, and daily habits became invisible tools that spoke volumes before I said a word. But the most unexpected discovery was the way others responded. Friends said I looked happier and refreshed. Strangers struck up conversations in grocery store lines, complimenting my scarf, my hair, or my smile. Without realizing it, I had started connecting with people in a more genuine way, because there was nothing between me and the world. No mask, no filter, no layer to hide behind. Going without makeup didn't make me feel less, it made me feel more present, more confident, more comfortable in my own skin. And that's the kind of beauty that doesn't fade with age, it deepens. If you've ever wondered whether you could step out without makeup and still feel like the most elegant version of yourself, I'm here to tell you, you can. Start small. Pick one or two habits from this video, maybe a hairstyle that frames your face, a color that makes your skin glow, or a simple posture adjustment, and make it part of your daily routine. You'll be amazed at how quickly the confidence follows. And if you enjoyed this journey, there's so much more we can explore together. In my next video, I'll be sharing how to instantly upgrade your look after 55. Simple changes that deliver maximum impact, no matter your budget or lifestyle. Remember, beauty isn't about perfection, it's about presence. And when you show up as your truest self, styled with care and confidence, you're not just seen, you're unforgettable.